Hi, library friends. It's Miss Margaret, and I'm here at the Stewart Street Library. Do you remember during the summer we did a bunch of virtual scavenger hunts for kids? I think you guys had a lot of fun with those. Well, we are going to be doing a whole new series of scavenger hunts for kids. We're going to do one a month. And this month, we're going to kind of do a fall or autumn scavenger hunt. So I hope every month you tune in and you can see a new scavenger hunt for kids. Okay, so this is a fall or autumn scavenger hunt, and let's get started. Okay, first up, one of my favorite foods, and I have a sneaky suspicion one of your favorite foods is pizza. So let's think about 3 things that you need to make a pizza. Okay? Thinking about making a pizza. What might you need? How about a pizza pan? So when you roll out that dough, you need to put it on some sort of a pan, and this is a nice round pizza pan. You might have a pizza pan at home, or even a square pan that you can make a square pizza. All right, so a pizza pan, that's an idea. If I was going to make a pizza, I would probably need some flour. Once I made my pizza dough and I had it on my pizza pan, maybe I would want to put something that's saucy and red, like tomato sauce. And, ooh, cheese. Or you can think of other things that you like to put on your pizza, like pepperoni, or sausage, or mushrooms, or green peppers, and any of those things that you might have in your house. And then you put your pizza in the oven. You wait a while, you bring the pizza out. It's ready, you're ready to dig into it. But how about a pizza cutter? You might need a pizza cutter to cut your pizza so you can eat it. So those are some ideas of things that you might have in your house that would be good for making a pizza. So find 3 things for a pizza. Okay, next up, it's autumn. Well, let's think about finding 3 things that remind you of autumn. They could be things in your house, or things outside, or things that you see in the neighborhood. What kinds of things out there, or in your house, or around, remind you of fall or autumn? Let's see. Something growing on the trees that are ripening up and about ready to eat would be apples. Yeah, apples. When the apples come turning ripe and red or green or even yellow, that reminds me of fall. It's fun to get those apples and make applesauce. So that's one thing, apple. Something else that grows on a tree, and they fall off a tree, and they're small and brown, and they like fit in my hands. I've got 3 of them in here. What would that be? They are acorns. Yeah, I bet you can find acorns in your yard or at the park or in your neighborhood. So acorns is another sign of fall that you might be able to find. Let's see, something else that falls off of trees, that falls off of pine trees, are pine cones. These are pine cones that came from my yard. And these are kind of long and skinny. Some pine cones are short and fat. You might find some pine cones outside or at the park or someplace. So look around, see if you can find some pine cones maybe. Or something else that is a sign of fall that grows that you might see out in fields. I'm starting to see them now. They're round, and a lot of them are big, and they're orange, and you can carve them. And now, yep, you know what they are. A pumpkin. Yeah. Well, this is not a real pumpkin. This is a fake pumpkin. I have at my house. You might have a fake pumpkin in your house, a decorative pumpkin. You could maybe find one. This one's in glass, made out of ceramics. Or you might find a real one out in the yard somewhere, or you might spot one at the grocery store, or look around for maybe a pumpkin. That's a nice sign of fall. One other sign of fall is something that farmers sometimes put in their cornfields because those crows like to get the corn. And sometimes farmers put in their fields scarecrows. So you might find a scarecrow as a sign of fall. So see if you can look around your neighborhood, look around your yard, look around the park, look around the grocery stores, and see if you can find 3 things, something like that, that remind you of fall. Okay, now the last thing that we're going to be looking for is, again, 3 things. And this is going to send you outside. You're going to find 3 things outside. First thing I want you to find is a pine cone. Okay? Find a pine cone. The second thing I want you to find, this will be a little harder. Oh, it's a little heavy too. Is to find a rock that is the size of your hand. It's kind of hard to find a rock the size of my hand, but here you go. A rock the size of your hand. Look around your yard, look outside, in the neighborhood, find a rock the size of your hand. And the last thing is, you know, especially when there's lots of wind around and storms and things, that breaks off branches and they fall off the trees, I want you to look around and I want you to find a branch. And I want you to find a branch that looks like this letter of the alphabet. What would that be? A Y. Let's see if I can get this over here. We can see it better. There you go. Does that look like a Y? Yeah, looks like the letter Y. So I want you to look for a stick that kind of has a fork in it, is what they call that, like a stem, and then it breaks into 2 pieces like a fork that looks like a Y. So a Y stick, a pine cone, and a rock as big as your hand. That's the 3rd thing. Okay, so let's recap. Okay, first up was to find 3 things that you need to make a pizza. Second up was to find 3 things that remind you of autumn, the season of autumn. And last up was to find 3 things outside: pine cone, a Y, a stick, and a rock as big as your hand. Have fun! I hope you can find everything, and we will see you next month. Happy scavenging! Bye-bye!